for another episode of Raptors Today inside the Raptors Today studio. I'm Ashley Docking, filling in for Akil Augustine, and we brought in the big guns, the heavy hitters. It's an all-female cast, which I personally love so much. First of all, statistician extraordinaire Keerthika Uthayakumar, as well as writer extraordinaire Chelsea Leite Raptors HQ. You cover MNBA, WNBA, NCAA, and then Keeks, you cover NBA at large, yes. Right? Also, recently, Mark Stein approved.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes, in this newsletter.
Stock with some fun facts.
Yes,
yeah.
I saw. Okay, so we got some stuff to get into. The Toronto Raptors took down the Orlando Magic, which, historically speaking, wouldn't be something to be like rah-rah about. It would be kind of like something that was a given, but it was a really close game, 104-102. The Magic are in a playoff spot. I wouldn't say that they were shooting the lights out from three, but they got it done when it mattered. Chelsea, I'm going to come to you first. What are your general thoughts on that experience that we all had last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to note the chemistry that the team is building, especially like Quickley now. This is his 10th game in a row. I mean, before he came back from injury, he had only played less than 10 in the season. So being able to stay healthy for that long of a stretch, build chemistry with Scotty and RJ, as well as the rookies, and just being able to get it done. I mean, he did shoot threes, but he was also working inside the paint last night against Orlando. So it's just really nice to like see him being integrated into the system a little bit more.
It's difficult to find a rhythm. It's difficult to meet expectations when you're not kind of getting that time on the floor with new teammates, and Keeks specifically with the entirety of the bench rotation that Darko's been using en masse.
I mean, especially with Yak's minutes restriction, there has been a lot of opportunity with BI out and all the other injuries. I guess now with Grady and Ochai too.
Right.
It's been a good opportunity to give the young guys a little bit more minutes. I mean, yesterday they closed the third on a 14-4 run with Quick, Shed, Mobo, Lawson, and Robinson, which is pretty good, I think, to close against a good team like that. It's just going to get even better, especially with Shed 12 points last night, I think. Good offensive performance to like complement his defense that he's been showing recently.
Yeah, do you guys think that with Davion Mitchell being shipped out of town, that sounds harsh, I didn't really mean it like that, but it's allowed for Shed to kind of breathe a little bit, because they were part and parcel of the same role, 1A, 1B, in terms of like what they were able to offer?
Yeah, I think so, and I mean, it just kind of shows how much Shed has developed this year and how much, the Raptors are committed to developing him as a whole, and he's shown great promise, so I don't, I agree with the decision to kind of like lock in on him.
Right, move away from Mitchell.
His defense has been so fun to watch, and I know the offense will like come along as he gets more and more reps, especially running the offense.
Yeah. Who stood out to you the most from last night, Keeks?
I think Quick, to be honest.
Okay.
Like the change in his aggressiveness in the last couple games especially has been good to see, especially now that he's getting more reps on court with Scotty, RJ, and Yak.
Yeah, he went 8 for 19 last night. Perfect from the free throw line, which isn't necessarily a given. Gentlemen,
this team.
But just in general, I feel like one of the things that I really like about this Raptors team is they don't back down. There's not a lot of nights where you're like, oh, they're kind of mailing it in. Oh, they've given up, win or lose. No. It feels like they're always going to give you that kind of counterpunch. Whether or not they win the fight is a different story. But that's kind of what my main takeaway from this group is as a whole.
Well, even going back to that 14-4 run to close the third, Quick was the only guy that could really like create his own with that group, and he looked incredible.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, you're dealing with, Yak on a minutes restriction.
Which kills you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like the glue to the starting lineup. And now, with Grady possibly missing probably the next game, we'll see beyond that. And then Yak being on a minutes restriction, it's good to see other players kind of stepping up and being able to, fill those holes.
Well, speaking of Grady Dick, he was injured in this really weird bam, bam, bam 3-car pileup right on the baseline. The news is not great. We'll hear from head coach Darko on exactly what he sustained and how long he might be out for.
Is there a Grady update?
Yes, so let me see if I remembered everything. So he got a little bit of a hyperextension of his knee, but that thing is fine. He has a contusion of his sitting bone, and he also got hit in his face, but he passed all the concussion protocols, so he's cleared.
What did you see in the final couple possessions, especially when you guys defensively had to execute?
I I think last couple of positions, it really came down to be honest with you, to our offense. I didn't think that we got quality shots. They did a good job staying in front of the ball and making it really hard on us there. And on defensive end, there were a couple of breakdowns in communication and something that we were supposed to execute. We didn't execute the best way. There with those, I think it was 5 seconds inbounding the ball. We had one time left, and maybe it was on me, but we talked about it in timeout. If you need to call timeout, let's call timeout. So just like when we get in those situations, how we recognize those moments and how to be calm and to make the right decisions there. And probably on that one, I failed today, my team.
Hey, it's JYD. Thanks for watching the Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe for more.
Fine. Taken away by the Raps on the run. Finch to JYD. Beautiful pass. Chuck, one of the things I'm noticing about this start.